Hello everyone, today is 16th March 2021. Today I want to talk about five things. One of that is about Swiss cheese plant, this one, also called Monstera Deliciosa. There are many varieties of Monstera. Long time ago I had seen this plant in many people's houses, but I did not know a lot about it. But recently I learned. I didn't even know its name was Monstera, but now somehow I developed a big interest, and just yesterday I found in a store and I couldn't resist to have purchase one. So this is a big plant and it will be vine, I believe. It will climb, it needs some support. As long as it is small, I think it is fine in the pot. Portable pot, I can move from one place to another. But if it grows well, I think it needs some support to climb. And when I bought, I did not know the variety. This variety name is Deliciosa, because there is another one also. Both are called, I believe, Swiss cheese plant, but another one is Monstera Adansonii, I believe. Double I they pronounce Sonii, EI kind of pronunciation, Adansonii. Anyway, so but out of these two variety, I like this one, the bigger one. But I did not search particularly for bigger one. Any kind of this Swiss cheese, this whole kind of leaves I was searching, but the big leaf variety would have been my preferred one if there are many varieties. But somehow this was the only variety I found, and I before it is gone from the store, I purchased one. There were only two plants in the store and I purchased one. So I'm excited to tell about it to you. So from my previous experience about the other split leaf philodendron, which is also a tropical plant, and when I bought, I did not know that the plant will suffer, and within 5 days I saw kind of the leaves are crying, I can say in my words. They have water drops in the edges of the leaves, and I lost three big leaves, and I regret that a lot. That's why I did not know how to take care of that. And anyway, so they will come out, they will develop new leaves, so nothing to regret. So before, I don't know what will happen to this plant. So if it also loses some leaves or some damage before that, I thought I'll let me show you the plant. See, I think by handling, this is the situation. Yeah, it happens somehow because there are so many plants and people walk close to it, and when they are big leaves and not handled properly, then you will get them in damaged condition. But anyway, I am very happy that I got a big one. If you can see the leaves, see how big the leaves is. Just imagine, this is my hand, this is my hand, and see how much it is reaching up to here. Let me rotate the plant, and so that you can have a better view. I'm trying my best to focus the plant. See, because the plant is big, that's why the pot is also big. Otherwise here in a very tiny pot they have the plant, but they have bigger roots, and it is not possible in a 4-inch pot to keep them. So this is the plant. I tilted the pot so that you can see this little bit. So what I observed is when the baby leaves, I kind of these, they don't have the hole. Those hole are split, but here also you see this. So sometimes you should not think that this is not the Swiss cheese plant. So the split, all the hole, sometimes they are developed in the later leaves or the big leaves. For example, here, see the hole how it is, but when you bring much bigger, then see here the splits are here. Earlier I was thinking it is broken, but it is not broken. This is the split. See, I am trying this leaf to sew, and let me sew the other leaves. See this leaf, the structure. So I will try this time maintaining the good humidity, moisture, and the water. These plants, they love to be moistured all the time. The roots, it has to be wet all the time, and humidity should be also always high for them. So this time I'll try. I love this plant. And let's see my luck, if they love my care or not. Second thing, I want to talk about my propagation experience. Recently I learned, I knew from the cuttings we can propagate through water or soil or everything, but I did not know about every plant, how they do, and it is good to know how they propagate so that you can multiply the plant from one plant, and if you don't need, you can gift it to your friends. So first let me tell you about my Syngonium story. I have a very good plant of Syngonium of this variety. I don't know the exact name of this one, but this is like the variegation where there is no colorful, only it is between white and green kind of. So this is clear, and this plant is I think at least 7-8 years old, the original plant. I can show you a picture later. And this plant back in Odisha, in my house, on the left side of our entrance gate of our house, we had this plant. But at that time I did not know it needs shade or anything. Just I have my good experience that it grew very, very well, with bushy and full and lot of branches, and just my mom was telling, oh, whatever you plant, you are just lucky that they grow well. But it was I think a coincidence that I did not know where I planted. That location was very good for the plant. It was shady, not lot of sun, and always wet, so somehow it matched all the conditions that this plant needs. So, and because when I was, I think I can say 18 or 19, I have a lot of pictures with this plant as background. So I have special emotion towards this plant, and thinking that I had bought whenever I had bought. Anyway, so over the years it multiplied, and I did not take good care, or I never gave fertilizer at all to this plant. But still, after many years, obviously the roots grow and they establish better, and many times they grow very well. So that worked for me. So I can say I was lucky about this plant. And the positive thing is the stem became very, very big, and I never multiplied it or transplanted or divided. So I tried last year to give some support so that it will grow taller. It is also kind of vine, so it can grow taller, but the support I gave, it was a broken stick, I mean the dead branch of a plant, and that was not very strong for the plant and it didn't work. So they all look like hanging from the pot, the mother pot. So when this time when I learned how people propagate, I tried, and I am so excited to show you the roots because I feel so happy. So let me remove the branches so that I can show you the roots. And I think it is nearly 3 weeks, if you can see. Do you see? Sorry. You see this root? This root, this root, this root side. So now let me remove carefully all the roots. I hope I'm able to focus the camera. See. So see the roots. So I believe now also I can plant them, right? So sorry to block. If you see this branch, how it is, see the root. Then the second one, see the root. They are ready to be planted. See the root. So this is, I am successful. So this can be 3 plant. They are ready to be potted. And this plant I just wanted to show you. This is new I got because this is a different variety. Cream illusion arrowhead plant. Cream illusion arrowhead plant. This is the original size. It comes like this, 3.8 inch pot. So this is how I got cream illusion arrowhead plant, or Syngonium podophyllum. Okay, so here you can see the vein, little bit pinkish, or I don't know, bronze color. They look very pretty from a distance. When they will grow, and they will have bigger leaves, the the lining of these bronze color kind of veins, they look very pretty. So I thought of including one in my collection. And yeah, this is the just to look good I put it in this, just to look good I put it in this pot. Then third, this one. When you see this plant alone, it does not look that good. It looks dark, and the veins or the pattern of the those linings, they are not that much visible. But I thought when you keep it among the other 2 variety, and then you can enjoy both different colors, different shades of the leaves. It is darker with bronze, and the other one is brighter and bronze color veins. I mean darker leaf with bronze veins, and the brighter leaves and the bronze vein, and no color with the bronze vein. So I thought I can combine those 3 variety together, and the 4th variety I'm waiting. They something pink which I haven't found yet. So but that is in my list of wish list. And they look very pretty, and from my experience of my first Syngonium, they are easy to take care, easy to propagate. So this is after peony, peony and daffodil, I can recommend this if you want house plant. Then this is bamboo or dracena nowadays. I think they have included this now as in the dracena category. But this is a bamboo. Just recently, it is a week, I believe, I learned that you can cut it and do it. I have one, and the stem was too long there, so I cut it. There are two stems from one. I mean, there are two auxiliary stems from one main stem. So I cut one, and it was too long also. So I wanted to experiment that. I left one. I did not cut both. I left one, and I can show it anyway. So I left the other one, and second one I cut it so that I can, and I will see. I kept it here, and I will see the growth. If it grows, I can plant it, a new plant. And I learned that you can keep these cuttings in water, the coleus. They are very easy. You can keep these cuttings in the water, and they develop root, which you can see. It's nearly 1 month, I believe. And but in my experience about the coleus, directly also, if you take a cutting and put it on the ground in summer when the temperature is hot, the soil temperature is like more than 50, more than 60, I believe, not 50. In more than 50 they can survive, but more than 60, if the temperature is, then I think they survive. That is my experience. 2 weeks I see them, the leaves are down, but I kept watering, and after 2 weeks I see them fresh, and they are a new plant in a couple of weeks, and they grow very well. That is the experience with my experience with coleus. But again, last year I did that, and there are many coleus plant I made, because I love the leaves. When I walk in the front, I love them to see in the morning. And every week you see some growth. They grow faster also in hot weather. So I bought I bought a lot, and I also made cuttings out of them and made new plants. But again, when I planted in the end of April, I believe, outside, and first week of May last year it snowed, they all froze and they all died. So again, newly I bought new coleus, and I planted them. So that is my experience, and I learned that they cannot survive cold weather at all. So I will bring them outside. I mean the plant end of May, based on the temperature. I will check, and then. But I want to say that in my experience, what I experienced is the coleus. I can show you the other variety. This is the variety which I saw either in the soil or in the water. They 100% they survive, and they develop roots, and easily they grow fast, and I mean the best coleus to propagate and keep them survive. But the other variety, they are not 100% develop roots. And so for example, this is another plant. I think in January I cut the branch, and I put it directly on the soil, and see the growth. So I did not root it in the water directly. I did it, and they survive. So this variety works for me directly, no need of cutting. But I learned some YouTuber to they suggested, so that's why I tried some water rooting in the water also. And this is another variety. 100% time it does not root in the soil or water. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. So I made a lot of cuttings of this is also again simply a cut, and directly I put it on the soil. And this also I believe in January. And see, now it is very good. And I will plant it outside in the end of May. Let's assume end of May. So and in water also I saw, when I kept few cuttings, few developed roots and few did not. They are rotten. So they are not as good as those the other variety. This is my third variety. So when I tried a lot of, I put it in some other pot with some other plants. So when I divided these IVs, like when I bought this IV plant, there are many in one pot. So I was transplanting to a bigger pot. At that time I saw there are a lot, and they are hardy in our zone. So I thought I will plant some outside in the ground as a ground cover. That's why I potted them into multiple pots. So, and this is one of them. I think from here to here has grown. It was this length, I believe. So this was completely new length, I mean. So here, if you can see I have a tiny branch of this, and this variety I'm talking about, directly I have potted in the soil, and most of the time they have survived, but not 100% like the first one. So this is the third variety. But I learned that you can just keep trying. They are still good that you can try in the soil. And in the water I tried all of this variety, all the cuttings, they are somehow they did not develop roots in the water. But this one they developed roots in every condition, soil, water, and easily. So somehow I believe based on that you can judge whether how many you want, which you can neglect, and which you need to be very careful, and then only you can propagate. So to show you that, I showed you all the three variety. And there is one more variety right now. One second. This is the fourth variety. Whatever I tried the branch to root, none of them survived. So this is also one of my cutting. I just wanted to show you that this is the leaves, how it looks. This is the this is the type where there is more variegations are there. If you can see more this magenta color, white, so much more than the colors are much more than this variety. The leaves are small here, and here the leaves are much bigger. So this is the fourth variety which I was on successful, and in my experience somehow they don't grow as good as the other variety. So this one right now I don't have any plant, but I tried a lot by by propagating through water and directly in the soil. And finally I also transplanted the main mother plant to a better pot with better compost soil, and still I don't see any sign of good growth. I can show you, this is the plant, and I can show you the pot also. This is the mother plant. I thought if they are not surviving, let me try the mother plant. So this is the mother plant. I keep watering, but still I do not think it is alive, but still I am waiting if in better weather they can show some growth or something. This is the mother plant, and among all those four variety, this was the most colorful one. But this is the fact. So that is my experience with coleus. Now I want to talk about my pothos, or in Odisha we call it money plant, though here they call money plant to another plant. and this one they call pothos, or I don't remember the botanical name. And I have, I think, 3-4 varieties. This is the most recent one, which is Monjula. Yeah, see, this is the most recent one. It is Monjula pothos. So though different people describe different, what I find is you can see kind of here all kind of variegation, kind of marble, kind of pearl and jade, kind of golden, so all kind of a combination. And I believe this is a latest variety and now popular in the market. It looks good. So this is my newly latest I bought. It had also few more branches. I think I had divided 2 more branches in another 2 small pot, but this is the bigger one. And let's see how it will grow. This is the Monjula pothos. And this is pearl and jade. Last year I bought, and many times I cut the branches to propagate. That's why it is not very big, but still I am happy with the growth. Because earlier I planted it in a clay soil. I was very busy, and I saw that it is growing. It has to be transplanted into bigger pot. So at that time I ran out of good soil or compost. So I potted it with regular my garden soil, which is very clay. My house soil is always clay, the ground soil I mean, and they are very bad for the plants because the roots can't grow very well in the clay soil. So whenever I plant, I add gypsum, so that they say that is the conditioner, or that helps the root to go deeper. So whenever I plant outside any plant, then always I add gypsum. And the indoor plants I prefer the ready-made potting soil. So anyway, I have got many branches of this, and this is one of them. So I think 2 weeks back I did, and no growth. If you can see, no growth. You see, no growth, but it will grow, I know. And then I have some this is marble queen, I believe they say. See the leaves, they call it marble queen, this kind of variegation. So I think this is also 4-5 years old. When I did not have any other plant, new plant, when we bought this house, at that time one day I found this plant very interesting in the store, and I don't remember from where I bought. I'm sorry, I'm dropping the water. But anyway, so this is nearly 3 weeks, and see the growth. So this is nearly 3 weeks, and see their root. So based on variety, I experienced that the duration of the root growth is different. I don't know because I never heard anyone saying that, but that is my experience. And here also I have kept, if you can see, few cuttings. This is also like the way I showed you this. This is maybe 3-4 weeks, I believe. So see the growth, like it is growing, right? And this one, it is 2 weeks, I believe. So in 2 weeks, you can see this. It grew. Sorry, here, if that will help you to see. So this grew, so it is growing. So this is again the marble queen, that variety. So the marble queen is growing normally, the root. And I have tried with golden pothos also. Um, and the roots I saw them growing much faster than these two variety. So in my experience, the golden pothos they root faster than Manjula and marble. The marble is, I can say, second, and pearl and jade, I can say, third, and Manjula is now very slow. So many times, because these are the Manjula, it is the latest in the market. I think it is very new. So I am seeing the growth slow, but let's see with time how they behave. And these are few more cuttings. This is first time I'm doing in water, and I see very tiny root. I don't know if anybody can see. If you can see, that is very tiny here. You see that? You see that? Let me focus. I hope you're able to see this tiny one. Yeah, so I'm hoping it is growing. So I love that plant because see the leaf, how it is beautiful. And this is also few more I'm trying, and let's see. I think I see some here. If you can see, I don't know, are you able to see? Let me do like that. I think in that dark background it is more visible. See this tiny, so it is working for this also. It is a very tiny plant. I can show you. See the plant. Another day I'll show you my this collection. So this is the very tiny, the branches are very tiny. I need to transplant them into bigger pot, but still I thought, let me try if it works or not. But I think it is working. See tiny roots. So it is working. I'm happy with that. I mean, at least learning is more important. If I know, and I can multiply like that more. Those plants, see, they are so pretty. So I am trying. Let's see this water propagation, how it works. And I have a very big this variety marble queen pothos. I have a very big one, and I cannot bring it here. I cannot lift it. It is too big. In a plant stand, I have gave them the support into different directions, so it is very complicated, and I cannot move that. I have to lift the whole plant stand, which I cannot do it now. Now let me show you about my Dahlia updates. The other day I told you that I'm going to pot the Dahlia. So this is one variety last year I bought, and one plant died. The second plant somehow I was able to survive, and they bloomed, and I saved the tuber in the month of October end. I brought them inside, and I kept in a paper bag inside a plastic bag. So, and I did not sprinkle water or anything in the past 3-4 months. So the tuber was they looked a little bit dry, but still I believe they resume and they grow new plant and new shoots. So this is the variety Dahlia electric flash, and these are the two pots. So see, it is of no use. I can cut this branch, yeah. And when I was potting, then I saw there are there are two main branches and a lot of lot of tubers in both in that. So if I can divide, and it was not difficult at all for me to divide, I just carefully separated them. I could have recorded that, but anyway, so like very carefully I separated them, and I saw they are completely two different kind of plant. They each of them were holding lot of tubers, so I potted them into two separate pot. So, and I have given half cup of water in each, and not a lot. Like when I pot or transplant a plant, I soak the whole soil completely, giving like nearly three cups of water. But I because the soil was completely dry, I added some nearly 1 cup of water only, so that they will have some moisture, not a lot of water. And this is one, and this is one. So these are the two of Dahlia electric flash, and I will show you the update about them. And these four pots are my other variety, dinner plate, Dahlia dinner plate mix. I have good experience with this. Long time ago I had tried these in the outside garden, and the flowers somehow does not look as big as they bloom. So earlier when I planted, I thought I will have the flower like this, but I was just successful, and the flowers are very big, much bigger than the way they look here. And another three things, it is written 3 bulbs, but when I opened the packet, there were 4 bulbs, 4 nice bulbs, and each with kind of stem. So that's why I potted them into 4. You can see this is the 4th one, but still this is the branch. So you can see this is the branch of the previous year stem. And this also, see, this is this one. So sometimes if a branch is not attached to the tuber and you find only the tuber, then in my experience they don't develop any shoot. So you need kind of some support like this, the stem, old stem or previous year stem, so which all 4 of them had. So you can see this. So this is, you see, that is 3rd one, and you can see this, see this one. So I think all 4 I will have new suits. I brought them inside. First I kept it in the garage, but the temperature is very cold outside. Like today when I started recording the video, it was 30°F outside, and it was much less in the early morning, and outside temperature is very cold. So the garage is not heated, and it is also very cold. And to develop new suits, the previous few weeks they need warm temperature, so it is recommended to keep inside where it is warmer. So and our inside house is 72°F, so I think they will have new suit soon, and I will show you the update. And I think now it is already long enough, so let me stop here, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.